Senator Merman and members of the Education Committee, I'm Dr. Rose Essecks, Rosessecks, and I appear before you today in opposition to LB 575 on behalf of the Nebraska Psychological Association. While American youth in general are increasingly experiencing mental health problems, transgender children and youth struggle even more than their cisgender peers because they are more likely to be bullied, assaulted, and discriminated against. Transgender youth are 6 times more likely than their peers to experience bullying and verbal and physical abuse. Because they often feel unwelcome and unsafe at school, transgender youth are more likely to skip school, get lower grades, and drop out. Research increasingly indicates these mental health issues are directly caused by discrimination. LGBTQ kids who have experienced discrimination report lower self-esteem and higher depression and are less likely to feel a connection to their school community. 40% of transgender youth have attempted suicide as compared to 4% of cisgender youth. Youth who participate in sports, including transgender children and teens, experience less depression, lower risk of suicide, and higher self-esteem. The NCAA and the International Olympic Committee protect the rights of transgender athletes. When schools allow transgender girls to play sports on teams with other girls, overall rates of youth participation remain the same or even increase. The American Psychological Association supports transgender and non-binary students' full and equal participation in youth sports. Access to school bathrooms that match a student's gender identity protects the health of transgender youth and presents no risk to their cisgender peers. While there is no evidence of any transgender student assaulting another student in a bathroom, 70% of transgender youth report having been verbally or physically harassed in a bathroom or denied bathroom access. The common solution for kids in this situation, as several speakers have pointed out, is to avoid using the bathroom at school. More than half of transgender people have reported health issues such as dehydration and kidney or bladder infections as a result of being unable to use public restrooms when needed. Research shows that preventing transgender youth from accessing appropriate bathrooms is associated with depressed mood and suicide attempts. We are in the middle of a youth mental health crisis, and transgender children and teens are already at higher risk than cisgender youth of developing significant mental health problems as a result of the discrimination and victimization they experience on a daily basis. We know that when transgender children are affirmed and supported by adults and policies, they do well. When they are not able to use the appropriate bathrooms and excluded from sports, transgender children are at even greater risk of poor outcomes than their cisgender peers. In conclusion, LB 575 will significantly harm transgender youth while doing nothing to enhance the lives of their cisgender peers. The Nebraska Psychological Association urges you not to advance this bill. Thank you.
Any questions for Rose Essecks? I have one. We've heard from both sides, proponents and opponents, about the risks in bathrooms and locker rooms, and I agree that seems to be a very important issue. And I'll use the D word. Do you think maybe discipline in the schools might go a long way toward solving that issue?
Well, if they were to station teachers in bathrooms to make sure nobody's getting assaulted, obviously that would be a good idea. I don't see anything in this bill about trying to protect everybody in bathrooms.
Okay. Yeah, you may not be the right person to ask that question, but thought I'd better throw it out just in case. Well, thank you very much. Any other questions? Thank you very much.